What's up, guys, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing this Saturday? True Crime King back again, and we're doing another disappearance. We're going to be looking into the disappearance of Brian Randall Shaffer. Jimmy, this is a subscriber request from Jimmy. He's a Patreon as well. Guys, patreon.com/real true crime king. Real True Crime King. Help me out. Let's go. I would really appreciate you. Just like Jimmy, just like Isabel. Come on, guys. Let's get it going. And, all right. So, yeah, Brandy Shaffer, he walked into a bar on March 31st and then never walked out, was never seen on any cameras coming out of the building, and he just disappeared and has never been seen since. And this was in 2006. Crazy, right? So we're about to get into it. Hit that like and subscribe button, and here we go.
Disappeared into thin air, a victim of foul play? Could the smiley face killer really be connected? The biggest theories about what really happened to Brian Shaffer are pretty shocking. The last time anyone saw Brian Shaffer alive was a few minutes before 2 a.m. on Saturday, April 1st, 2006. Shaffer was outside the Ugly Tuna saloona bar where he was talking to two women before he seemingly re-entered the establishment through the front door. According to Columbus Monthly, the 27-year-old Ohio State University medical student had spent the night of March 31st bar hopping with a friend named William Clint Florence. They reportedly started out at the Ugly Tuna and returned there at around 1:15 a.m. with Florence's friend Meredith Reed. At closing time, Florence and Reed realized that Shaffer was missing, but assumed he'd made his way home. It wasn't until April 3rd, when Shaffer missed a planned flight to Miami with his girlfriend, that anyone realized the medical student was missing. The theories about his disappearance started quickly from there.
I was very brokenhearted and just very scared.
Yeah, I mean, how do you walk into a bar and then just never come out, right? Put that in the comments, what you guys think.
According to Talk Murder With Me, the Ugly Tuna saloona had what many refer to as an emergency exit. Notably, this exit had not been intended to be used by patrons, and it apparently led to a construction site. Some theorize that Brian Shaffer might have wanted to take the shortcut home by using the emergency exit, only to fall in a hole while navigating the construction site. But it seems unlikely that construction workers would not have noticed a man inside a hole before pouring cement into it.
Yeah, you would think, I mean, the workers would see a body before they poured the cement, right? Well, because then they had to go over the cement. Depends on how deep the cement was and all that shit, right? But I think that's pretty low down on the list of probable possibilities, right?
A lot of people believe that Brian could still be buried in the bar, in the walls, or in the construction area.
But it would make sense as to why he was never seen again, right? And never seen leaving. I mean, it's definitely a possibility.
It's also worth noting that Shaffer was never seen on security cameras leaving the Ugly Tuna. As a result, some theorists believe that Shaffer might have died accidentally inside the bar, and that staff covertly disposed of his body at the construction site to avoid potential lawsuits. Again, there is seemingly no evidence of this. A third theory suggests that Shaffer might have died by suicide. Shaffer's cell phone pinged in Hilliard, a city 14 miles northwest of Columbus, 3 months after his disappearance. One Redditor suggested that this ping might have been triggered by Shaffer turning his phone on one last time before killing himself. However, there's no evidence to suggest that Shaffer was suicidal at the time of his disappearance.
Yeah, why would you, choose to go into a bar and disappear and then commit suicide, right? When you wouldn't have to go to a place with a whole bunch of cameras. I mean, you could just walk out of your house in the middle of the night where you're not on camera and commit suicide, or just do it at your house. I mean, why? That doesn't make sense to me.
Appearance. Another theory connected to the bar's emergency exit suggests that Shaffer had become friendly with the band that played at the Ugly Tuna. It's thought that at the end of the night, he might have left through the emergency exit with the band and the venue staff. As the bar was located in a dangerous part of Columbus, it's possible that Shaffer met with foul play after opting to walk home by himself from the emergency exit. While this might be the most plausible explanation, it's impossible to know if this is what actually happened, and there is seemingly no evidence to back it up. As for the foul play theory, some have wondered if Shaffer might have been targeted by the smiley face killer, which
Well, there's no evidence to really back up any of these theories, right?
was the name given to a suspect who went after college-educated young
It's crazy that there's no evidence at all. He just, boom, disappeared.
white men while they were out drinking with friends. The victims were typically found lifeless, usually after being drowned, their bodies left near graffiti of smiley faces. As an intoxicated medical student in his early 20s, Shaffer would certainly fit the profile of the typical smiley face killer victim, but that's as far as this theory goes. When Brian Shaffer vanished, he was still...
What do you guys think about the smiley face killer theory? I mean, some people don't even think there's a smiley face killer. Some people do. I don't know. What do you guys think? Put it down in the comments.
grieving the loss of his mother, who had died of cancer 3 weeks prior. It's also been suggested that he was stifled by his future medical career and actually wanted to be a musician. Some believe that Shaffer might have simply decided to leave and start a new life following his mother's death. However, according to True Crime Times, the idea that Shaffer left to start a new life apparently isn't all that plausible. At the time of his disappearance, Shaffer was doing well in school and was supposedly planning to propose to his girlfriend. His life seemed to be going well.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like somebody that's going to be committing suicide, right? If you already have a date planned to marry somebody and all that shit, that's, you know. And he, you know, none of his friends were saying he was down or paranoid or depressed, right? I mean, he was at a bar having fun.
Also, the idea that he abruptly left without telling anyone seems unlikely. Clint Florence was one of the last people to see Brian Shaffer alive. He's also the only person familiar with the case who has refused to take a polygraph test, per the Lantern.
We did find out that Clint and Brian had a verbal altercation inside the bar.
As reported by the publication, Florence's lawyer, Neil Rosenberg, even appeared to blame Shaffer, writing in an email in September 2008. If Brian is alive, which is what I'm led to believe after speaking with the detective involved, then it is Brian and not Clint who is causing his family pain and hardship. Brian should come forward and end this. Rosenberg also suggested that he considered the case closed and would not be providing any further comment. Given how cagey both Florence and his lawyer have been regarding the matter, some have wondered if Shaffer's friend could have been involved in the disappearance. However, there's been no evidence to back up this theory as of yet. As is often the case with missing persons, there have been multiple alleged sightings of Brian Shaffer in the years since he vanished. The most recent one came in early 2020 when an image of a supposedly homeless American man who resembled Shaffer started circulating online. According to 614 Now, Columbus detectives looked into the poster, which showed a bearded man on a Tijuana sidewalk, along with the suggestion that the same man had possibly been seen in San Diego.
That could be anybody.
As reported by 614 Now, local authorities worked with the FBI and requested a facial recognition analysis on the poster.
But to see if it was him, I contact, the FBI, who assists us in a lot of our cases.
Unfortunately, the FBI informed Columbus detectives that the man on the image was, in all likelihood, not Shaffer after all. Although disappointed by the outcome, Columbus detective Blanche Tucker told local television station 10 TV that she wanted to re-interview certain people involved with the case, believing someone might know more about Shaffer's disappearance than they previously revealed.
Yeah, I think maybe the most likely scenario will be that Clint, the one that's not talking, and they actually got in a physical altercation or verbal altercation on the day that he went missing. That's pretty suspicious, right? He won't talk to the police. He gets in an argument the same night that Brian goes missing. I mean, that sounds a little fishy to me, right? Hit the like button if you think that sounds fishy too.
I do.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't say who yet.
Can't say who.
Although March 2020's sighting didn't provide any new leads, in March 2021, investigators released an age progression photo showing how Shaffer might look as a 42-year-old man.
Yeah, but that's a 42-year-old man that's, not living on the streets and has some money and can take care of himself, right? If he just left his life, how would he have all this stuff and didn't use any of his bank cards, right? He would have had to start over. You know, he wouldn't be looking clean and all cut, you know, like that, right?
For now, Shaffer's disappearance remains a mystery.
Well, all right. Like I said, I think the most likely theory would be Clint did something to him, and then maybe threw him in where the cement was, and then maybe the workers didn't see him. That's my number one theory. Number two would probably be that he was drunk and then went out with the band in the emergency exit and then either fell down in a hole or was met with foul play. But that's what I think, at least. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And until next time, hit the like button if you liked it. If you didn't, don't hit the like button. And until next time, True Crime King out.